mystery grand, unraveling mysteries hand in hand, sailing the waves beyond the stars they soar, forever seeking more and more. Explorers at heart with whimsy and glee, the Wanderpus crew set their spirits free, in pursuit of good with chaos untamed, to find a new place to make their names. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Luminaries' minds, curious and bright, they explore the unknown and seek the light. With every text and book unfurled, more is understood of this new world. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Seeing God steadfast against the tide, protecting the land they stand with pride, rising up from the city walls, keeping the rest safe through it all. Mysticians with their gift for spell, in the threads of magic they weave and dwell, observing the universe's hidden seams, propelling the crew to their hopes and dreams. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky.
So Royce is pissing, turns out, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of Good Life. This month's little season situation. We are going to follow up on Catori's. Catori let a bunch of fucking things loose in that museum as well, and now like one of those was, if not a god of her people, but a powerful creature that used to reside nearby, and now it's back. So we know that a bunch of devils, demons, some gods, some just very powerful spirits, and what is a god other than just a powerful creature, have been released from Hymnal on a grand scale, and they are all over the world, causing problems. And one of the locations that the problems have been happening is Catori's home city. Have you named your city yet, or are we still just like hand waving the name for a bit?
Just for a bit longer, because I actually completely forgot. So thank you for reminding me, sir.
It's no problem. I'm going to introduce the players, and if Royce isn't back, Awks is going to do a Royce impression.
Actually,
Woohoo! Oh, wait, we want to talk about the cards?
Yes, we do. So that's why I sent you that. Also, let's do the scratch off for Cass since we know them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I missed the last couple minutes.
Sorry, yeah, I sent.
You got a pet just now, right?
Yep.
Poggers.
Is this going to be it? It is.
Okay, so there's a Nothing Breaks bounty. Okay, so we have added a couple new cards. We've got the Unlucky 13s bingo, that if 3 13s are rolled in a single game, play that, and the next roll, whoever makes it, it's a natural reap and sow. Like, even if it's like one of my characters, like an NPC's about to make a thing, reap and sow. Make a roll a 13. Spoilers for October if we tell you. And the Tefrades game is a game and a card. For that situation, we reveal that side of the map. You pick a location on that map that you think looks cool, and we're going to send a scouting party or an ambassador type party. You build that team, and we're going to send them out, like, as a full game. And yeah. Oh yeah, and the reminder is For the supporter of the month this month, we are doing the person who gifts the most. So right now I believe it's Adley that has gifted the most, and it's just like whether gift packs of cards or subs, right?
Correct.
Excellent. And now we're gonna reveal pets.
Also, as a reminder, Twitch subs, like gifted Twitch subs, will be discounted from the 26th to the end of the month, I believe.
September, right?
Yeah, just like the end of this month, the very like last weekend, I think. It's like 25%, I think, off for gifted subs, I believe. As a reminder, where is Tefrides relative to our other maps? It is
directly south of Folksong.
Yep.
So where you see Gaia's garden at the edge of Gaia's garden, that has a lot to do. The reason that looks the way it does has a lot to do with Tefrides. Because Sonnery, we're not giving 2 cards this time, because Sonnery we're just going to show you guys next month. Like, just be excited for that. Nobody needs to play any cards.
Alright, so we're going to do a little scritchy and reveal Cass's pet. Trying to find the erase tool.
I saw somebody play one for Leo.
Yes.
Did Leo roll?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So we're going to do them both. Okay, so Cass said 10, so I'm going to do 10. Me. Oh, fuck me. This thing.
Yeah, 10's adorable.
Me. Oh. I do not have my thing in front of you with the names on it, so
I
if you
got
could.
it. This is Moon Whisper. It's a Soma wing. It is from the Wastes. Moon Whisper is a wise and nocturnal Soma wing. Soma wing, I think is how I'm pronouncing it. That glides gracefully through the night skies. Its hooting calls are said to carry messages from distant lands, making it a valuable companion for adventurers. They can literally hoot a message to a specific person from up to a mile away, and only that person hears the hoot or hears the message. It has to be a very short message, though. But yeah, that's Moon Whisper.
Beautiful. All right, and then Leo opted for 18, so we're going to scratch 18. Oh, okay. I actually forgot where this one was.
That is Cold Boop.
Cold Boop?
Cold Boop. They are a frost scale from... This thing will say seasonal, but that's not exactly true. It is in Sonnery. It's basically where Sonnery, Folksong, and seasonal meet. Like the pinprick up there. Cold Boop is an agile frosty frost scale. I don't think I needed to say frosty frost scale like that. Leaves behind a trail of delicate frost as it moves. It is skilled at traversing icy terrain and great companion for cold weather adventures. You can use frost scale or Cold Boop as a vehicle. You can literally slide on their back like they're a penguin.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense for Leo because he's petite. He's a little tiny. He's just a little guy. He can easily ride that.
Cold Boop is in fact this thing's name. I named it Cold Boop, and I just thought it was funny, so I left it. Like most of the other ones, I went for a second pass of the names. I was like, nope, got it in one. But yeah, now I will introduce the players, and we will get to this game. So we have Catori, played by Kiera. We got Royce, played by Kole.
Hello, I'm finished pissing.
I was still holding out that I was going to get Awks doing your voice. Or maybe that was, and he's just a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, did you
He's
guys
so
like my
good.
impression? Yes.
They're fucking sick.
Thanks.
We got Patagon, played by Sept.
Hello, everyone.
And we got Valentina, played by Awks.
Howdy.
Alright, so we're just going to get right into it. Catori, ever since the Hymnal heist, the world has felt really weird. Like back and forth, and you have felt significantly more aggressive recently in the last like couple weeks.
That's possible.
Right? And it's just like a short fuse situation, and like you can like have your tea and settle down, and like you're able to like use your new ability that you learned from Papyrus to like read books multiples at a time situation, just like really just stay calm. But like every time you hear about like somebody like messing up, it kind of like it's makes you feel guilty. Because like
that sounds right.
Because they just got back from Plumbob, which is a city that basically a group of isopods that revere the dead. And they caused the zombie apocalypse. Or not caused it specifically, but sped it along. And like, all of you guys will see Peanut like walking up and down the hallways of the academy, multiple cigarettes in his mouth, like flicking them as he goes. And like he sees Catori, and like off screen, Catori, you have had a conversation with the captain. We're gonna write that conversation up so that people can like see it. And like you and Pim have had a conversation with the captain where she is explaining some of her motives, like what's going on with her and Bonnie. But I think she is like it's a needs to know situation.
Okay.
And Peanut's just like, okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you anymore. Not mad. We're cool. Excellent. Catori, we have had a large number of reports of some strange anomalous behavior based on you and Patagon's detectors. Just like, it appears that based on what we have, he would just say it, the she, and Catori, this is from like this world, your version, like around the lakes up in the north, around like this lake specifically. Actually, can you roll me a 20-sider, Catori?
Sure, that's not at all worrying.
I just want to know how much of your own history you know.
Oh.
Okay, so tough choice.
Okay.
Are you more interested in where the water comes from or who lives in the water?
That's a good question. I could probably ask my people who lives in the water. So maybe I should ask where it comes from.
Yeah, this specific lake is incredibly cold water, and it's just like so fucking cold because like it has a glacial melt off of the mountains up there. But it also intersects, and like you people have been saying it forever, with the river Styx. It's like the water is fed by the river Styx, at least to some degree.
That's pretty neat.
And yeah, and like you might not know exactly the people. Oh no, yeah. Now I'm really looking at that map. That is, yep. That is where it pools. So like the creatures that live in that water, that make that water home, are incredibly magical. Like, to a ridiculous degree. They're so magical that they really don't deign to like hang out with you guys. They're like that level. But based on the charts that Peanut is showing you, it looks like they're moving into war formations.
Oh.
And like he's got Valentina right there, and he's just like, I've checked this across with Valentina, and they do appear to be war formations. Correct, Valentina? Like
4 thumbs up.
It's like they appear, and like he lays the map out on his desk, and he puts like little tokens on the map representing the lake, and like he's like, this is where your people are, and like insert city name right there. And it's just like he points far up the mountain, and then he points down at the bottom, and it's just like there appear to be ambush parties set up all over the place. These Shi look like they're planning to go to war with your people. Do you have any idea why this would be?
Catori feels incredibly guilty at this point, so she's gonna fess up. I mean, no one's dumb. She knows what she did. They know what she did. She's gonna say, yeah, I think it's because of what we let out of that prison.
He's just like, I was worried about that.
Samesies.
And he called, like, Patagon walks into the room right then because he called Patagon. He's like, Patagon, can you help me look over this? And he like shows you the frequency detectors and stuff, and you are seeing the same kinds of tears in reality, much smaller scale, much smaller scale, all over that area that was the same as like when you guys were detecting that that Sal was gonna go wild, you know? That giant tear that you guys saw.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, the pattern is very familiar to when Sal was gonna go supernova. So yeah, we definitely want to find the source of this and then stop that before something like that could happen again.
He's like, so, he looks at Catori, and he's just like, you think you could stitch this shut?
I think that me trying is better than us letting it just be.
He nods, and he's just like,
Give it my best.
he's like, it looks like I will be sending you all directly into a war zone. Like, if this has something to do with those artifacts, and they have, like, gone, if not berserk, a little over the edge, you will have to fight. And I think Royce walks in the room.
Gun.
Somebody say something about war.
Yeah, right? And Peanut's like, excellent, Royce. Like, you got my message. Royce didn't get his message. Royce just heard the word war.
Well, Catori just nods. I understand the weight of the situation. I'll pack the snacks. Let's go.
Right. Oh, roll me a 1d100, Catori. I want to, like, these penny slots are for you, so.
Okay. 1d100.
30. Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay.
And then whatever this 30 is, somehow make me a snack out of it.
Okay.
You don't have to cook this. It's just like matches. What's a snack that's matches?
Matches. So like a smoked a smoked meat of some sort, like a jerky.
Okay.
I
One end of it's like really spicy though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Who else? What kind of jerky do you guys eat? Like, of course it's spicy. Like, what?
I thought you were gonna tell me like pretzel sticks dipped in chocolate or something. That's where I thought we were going.
No, we're going with spicy on one end jerky.
Absolutely.
No,
So
maybe there's like a teriyaki sauce on just one end.
okay, absolutely.
Yes. All right. Yep. That's
Massive amounts of red food dye.
Yes, that red dye 1/1,000,000th of a cancer. You know, that old chestnut.
Yeah, like the Chinese barbecue pork thing.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that pork's so. We got a Chinese place out here that does that pork better than any other place that I've ever experienced in my life, and it kills me. I don't eat anything else from these people. I just get the lo mein with the barbecue pork. That's it.
Hungry.
It's like it was mean that you mentioned barbecue pork though. All right, so we're just gonna go straight to it because like I don't think Catori needs to like bat around. whether or not she's gonna go.
She took that map that Peanut marked all up just because she still has anxiety about the whole thing, so she wants to make sure that like she's knows exactly what's happening where, because
Oh, yeah.
anxiety. But she's in it to win it. Let's go. Let's fuck it up. Let's do it.
Roll me a 20-sider. Valentina and Catori, roll me a 20-sider.
Good thing.
Please, Valentina, save me.
Oh.
Aha.
13, spooky. Oh,
Ah. There's the 113.
There's the 113.
that's one.
Just ignore the
Fun.
spooky tick-tock clock. It's all fine.
It's all fine.
So, Catori, you see on the map there are multiple locations. Like you see the village in the mountains. There are little like tokens that represent your people. But you know your people are not necessarily warriors. You are a warrior of your people. And there's a couple more in the city like you, or around that kind of like strength level. But you outflex them massively. You know what I mean? Like not only are you strong physically, you are a wizard and amongst other things.
Oh yeah.
Like you
I don't know.
no, that's great. You know that their town right now is not under direct threat, but they don't have anybody guarding it.
That's a problem.
Near the coastline, there is a ton of like units, like tons of them, that are blocking the coastline. So you'd have to get through them to get to like the big red enemy, like that creature that was released. Like it shows it in one of the locks, like in the lock of the dead.
Okay.
And like you see multiple other paths. There's a path down a river that it would take quite a while to get down, or there's a quicker path through a canyon that has a ton of enemies in it right now, but you could like that would be a faster way to get through. You need to go.
I know.
Go ahead.
Things.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
know
know
these things.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, you can like you've read the map, like you understand Peanut's like map. You have to like go through the river path or the canyon path before you can reach either this town or the lock.
Okay. So I'm just gonna turn to the party and say, what do you guys think? What are you guys prepared for? What do we want?
Yes.
I mean, are we gonna fuck some shit up, or are we just gonna take the long way around? How do y'all feel about this?
It's a scary looking map. That's my honest opinion.
I am. It's Code Brown time, guys. Like, we gotta pick. Patagon, what are you thinking?
Oh, I mean, there's no time but the present, so we just start on one side and work our way to the other.
All right. So I guess we're voting for the, like, let's slaughter some people on our way. I guess. Let's fuck it up.
The Team Slaughterhouse, go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean that's our name now.
Oh,
Solid.
Rip it.
We got on. I'm gonna make shirts.
It's just Slaughterhouse, and then you just hear a chainsaw revving up.
Royce is just wielding all sorts of like 2 chainsaws. Why bother?
Bring
Just go
out
for
my
both.
8-foot-tall demon sword.
Right, Royce has a fucking
my
giant-ass demon
That's
sword
right.
that's made of segmented spinal cord of some massive demon in hell.
Yes. All right. No, that's fine. Yeah, let's do this.
I think I might have picked the wrong soundtrack for this game. I'm sorry, everybody.
Doom
good.
soundtrack.
Right? It's just like cue the Doom soundtrack.
Hold on.
Right.
Let's switch it out.
So like through the canyon, Seven is here, and I think it was D2 was Catori's like guy. Both those are here, and you guys' like pets are here if you want them. They are out of danger until you say that you want them. Oh, I don't know, Catori, if you've met Sept's pet. This is Sept's pet. Look how cute.
Oh, adorable.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
No, I totally named mine. Oh, I named mine Atlas.
cute.
I gave him like a real people
Oh
name.
yes, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
It
he doesn't
matter.
go by the twos.
Oh.
Atlas has been training under you, and he is incredibly strong physically as well.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
He's at the gym nonstop. This dude, Patagon, your follower has gotten really good as like your sidekick. He's like your I can't think of his name. Like Conan has the guy that sits on the couch. You know who I'm talking about? What's his name?
Shoot. Yeah, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now either.
But like Ed McMahon to fuck. Johnny Carson? No. I'm real bad. But yeah, he's like on your show, he constantly is like the guy that introduces you, and like he's that voice. Like he might even be like the band leader. Like I just keep imagining this capybara as like all of the roles around your show. So as far as like learning magic, neither one of these two are like becoming like amazing wizards, but one's got a lot of charisma and one can break rocks with his face. So
I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, there's many paths to magic. Well, you never know.
right, fucking
Life has many
Soki's
doors.
started learning ghost magic.
Yeah. Like that's great.
Does that horse just move?
That concerns me a little bit.
Right, this person's back here. She is one of Catori's people. She's down here. She is wielding a massive claymore. As like this griffin is just repeatedly dive bombing her, and all of these other monsters, which are huge, by the way. Like these are kelpies, but they're absolutely humongous. Like the Budweiser horse situation, but dire versions of those.
Giant Clydesdales of
Giant
from hell.
Clydesdales, yeah. And like as they like hit the ground, they are breaking the mountainside.
Whoa.
That's how strong they are. And that's where we are. This is the canyon full of monsters. And you do see that other griffin up there. And it is very much up there.
But he's just chilling at the moment, right?
At
Like,
the
he's
moment,
not threat yet.
No, he's doing that that dick bird of prey thing that's that face is moving, head's moving around too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can't trust anything that can move that head that fast.
No, and like almost a full 360. Like, no, that's not right.
No, it's not trustworthy.
Yeah. Mm-mm. All right, so obviously we have to help this person. This person is friend.
This person is friend.
Oh, it's friend. All right, so I mean, we got to roll up.
I'm gonna
Whip it out,
whistle
guys,
as
let's
loud as
go.
I can.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah, Royce whistles as loud as he can, and like Catori the griffin, who I'm gonna say is like hovering, just beating its wings above this woman, like turns its head and just looks at, I guess, U6. Yeah, U6. And like this thing does not seem scared by your numbers. How do you get its attention? Like it's staring right at you.
Wait, so we want the thing on the cliff to stare at us, or don't we?
No,
want...
like this one, the
Oh.
the one that was
Oh, I'm
attacking.
sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, you're good.
Well, Royce, what was your intent with your whistle, my friend?
Hey, fuckface!
Hey.
I point at the bird. You're a bitch.
Fuck
Yeah. Roll me a 20-sider.
He's so eloquent.
So eloquent.
Hell
Like-
yeah.
Oh no, sorry. That conversation was Atlas and.
Oh no!
God
Royce.
damn it.
Ah, yes, this is good. It's good.
Oh my god, that's the funniest one I've seen in a while. You know what? I know exactly what this is. Hold on. You ever worry about if your provoke is just too good?
We call every bird. Oh god.
I mean,
Oh, shit.
do you
You
like?
see out of the cracks in the stone, hobs just come pouring out, and like they are all like about half the size of Catori, as Catori's the biggest, so maybe about the size as the other three of you. Or no, Catori's not that big. But yeah, so these guys are charging down the hill. They all have like vicious looking weapons, and they kind of look like they're made shitty, but Royce, you can immediately tell that they look that way on purpose, and these are like terribly powerful weapons.
Oh,
As these guys are rushing down the hill, imagine like they're all masterwork situation. The Griffin goes back to attacking this woman.
Huh. Well, have at it, everybody.
I'm checking my list of attacks because I unfortunately am a terrible person and can't remember what I can do.
I can never remember what any of you can do either. I'm sorry. No need to apologize.
Perfect. Thank you so much for making me feel better. I could use whirlwind.
Oh, that sounds exactly like what you could do.
Don't know if it's a good idea, but like, nothing else seems like a good idea either. So like, let's do it. Why not?
fuck it, we ball. Get in there.
Just
Fuck
don't
it, we
think.
ball.
Brain
I
empty.
learned this today. Fuck it, we ball. All right, what am I doing? I'm whirlwind. I'm going for it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
give
just
me
gonna.
that 20 setter.
Okay, I'm just gonna fuck it up. Hold on.
Yeah, 12's
All right,
good.
not a failure. Yeah.
Not a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just start clocking these guys in the face, and like, you know for a fact that these guys should have gone down with that one hit, but like, and I think two of them definitely just neck break. Do not worry; these things are mostly immortal spirits. You can take them down, but unless you go out of your way, you're not killing them. Just blanket statement about that. Like,
Roger that.
so if you're worried, it's like, oh no, they might be just like under an influence. You guys are under that assumption based on like Patagon's readings. But it takes, like, you guys would have to tell me that you hold one down and use Patagon's chainsaw to cut its head off. And to
I
tell
would,
me
like-
that you murdered it.
Yeah, because like, they're coming at my peoples.
But exactly.
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, so like two of them are like unconscious, but like the other the other three just kind of like snap their heads back at you with just like the red mark on their face. And then just like all three of them are charging. And I'm gonna make rolls for them right now. Okay. They are terrible at this.
Yeah.
Like, Patagon and Catori, can you tell me how Atlas and Seven handle two of these?
Abby, on you first. You go.
Okay, so Seven, using the martial prowess that kind of like from the Dark Forest was earlier, call back to the surrounded attacks is just going to try to make some room essentially, and then do like a spin kick kind of situation to try to mainly just to try to knock them back and keep them away from both our new friend and us. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Just so you know, the way that I'm picturing this is very like One Piece, because like Catori does like the whirlwind attack, and like she knocks two of them out, but then three of them are like jumping in like at like her exposed back, and then all of a sudden Atlas and Seven just like kicking the shit out of them. That is how I'm picturing it.
So true.
I truly apologize because I have never watched that particular.
Just a big flashy anime.
All right. Like, I mean, I got a basis in like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Like,
there we
that
go. Like,
thing? Okay.
Like any of the scenes where a bunch of them are like the minions are fighting, and somebody's got their back turned, and it looks like they're about to like hit them in the back, but somebody flies in out of nowhere and kicks the shit out of them. That scene.
Kick. Okay. So so Atlas, they get knocked back pretty far, and so Atlas is gonna come in and use like a charging momentum, and he just like piggybacks on that and gives all three of just like a swift sweep kick to hit them to kick them into like the rock wall that's right there and knock them out. KO.
All right. So then one more comes in. Now, this guy has a tough choice. Valentina or Royce, which one of you two would like to take the hit? You can take the hit instead and immediately take this last one out, but you get damaged. That is the tough choice. I will let you two choose. And how do you get hurt?
Being stabbed.
You know what? I believe that.
I was gonna say Val would fully hide behind Royce's mask in this particular engagement.
If I'm not getting hurt on any of my expeditions, it's not a good expedition.
All right. Yeah, Royce. So like this guy jumps in and like that knife hurts. Like it's fucking well made. It goes deep. But like you are face to face with them. Their legs are on your waist and one hand is like gripping one of your shoulders and the other one's digging the knife in.
Can you just grab him by the throat?
Yeah, I mean you finish him off. Like this is it for him.
It's like shit. It's not nice. And then I'm just gonna like toss him at the bird thing harassing the other.
Oh yeah, this is great. That you make a roll for that one. Like killing this guy wasn't a roll, but give me a roll to use him as an improvised weapon. Okay, tough choice. Okay. What's a good tough choice here?
Hurt
like
me more.
Like you're obviously okay. Like yeah, he just like he grabs your arm and his like ragged nails like scratch down your arm as like you let him go. And then like what actually finishes him off is like hitting the bird's face and you see like the bird's beak kind of crack.
Like Royce, I hope you've had your tetanus shot recently because that looks gross.
Careful, Officer Royce.
What's under that thing's nails? Like, ew.
I'm gonna eat a candy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're gonna eat a piece of bees candy?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, give me that 6-sider.
Let me roll another 5 for you, Al.
What's that?
3.
What is that?
Shit, where's that list? Alright, 6, you're addicted. 5, nothing happens. 3, Royce, your eyes fill with blood.
Oh my god.
As you collapse to the side, as what was underneath that thing's claws has a nasty reaction with bees candy. And you just kind of like start seeing his leg twitching out.
No.
Like,
No.
Uh-oh.
And he like it's like foamy blood, like because like bees candy, like so like around his mouth is just like it smells like pennies.
I will rush over to the writhing, I assume, Royce, and hit him with this. I pull out this magic wand that I've never used. I've never used this before, Officer Royce. But here, take this and cast Grace relieve from the magic wand of Grace. There we go. 3 seasons. I used it.
You say something comforting to a nearby creature, alleviating them of anxiety, pain, and discomfort for 1 hour.
I slap Royce in the face. I'm like, come on. You tough son of a bitch. You've taken worse. You were a goddamn book. You got this.
Royce, you snap the fuck out of it. You do got this.
Yep, you're right.
Stand up, soldier.
And like looking around, like Atlas and Seven, and like I think both of the Griffins are just like fuck. Just like definitely one of the Hobbs was like, as he's like slowly sliding down the stone wall, like makes eye contact with Valentina and just like respect.
You know, when he was a book, I carried him close to my boobies, so it wasn't really that bad. All right, listen.
Val just looks between Catori and Royce.
This woman standing in the field, like with a claymore, is just like looking at you guys, just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's appropriate reaction. That's right. So anyway, we're here to help you, my friend. I think.
So
We don't make it worse.
Is that Griffin's harassing her, or did...
Like, the bird is shaking its face as like one of the Hobbs falls to the ground. And it's just like looking at everybody and just screeches. So yeah, you guys have handled all of the Hobbs, like immediately. But to be fair, they only exist because Royce rolled a 1.
Such
Listen,
is their
we're
lives.
cleaning up our own mess. It's fine.
So yeah, like you guys are good. These things aren't making attacks not on you just yet. I think that whole moment was a moment for everyone.
All right. Well, Patagon, what do you got? You're
Well,
next.
I think what I'm going to do is channel Last-Late at the griffin that's attacking our friend there, and so it'll channel blinding beam of light from the end of my chainsaw at its broken beak there, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. A 3 is pretty rough. Okay, so it dodges that like to the side and just like squawks at it, and then like looks at you all and just opens its wings and is dive bombing you guys. Like it is ignoring her and just dive bombing you. Like it is going to attack all of you.
Oh.
It is going to have a tough choice. Okay. You can each take 4 damage right now, including Atlas and Seven. They will be down to 1 HP. No, wait, they will be down to 2 HP. They have 6 apiece. But if you all take that damage, you can each wail on this thing. You get 1 basic attack done. Or it's going to pull up and not hit you because it's going to be scared.
Kinda want to bait him in.
As Valentina said, I can take it. I can take it.
Yes,
Better.
We do have 2 more enemies to defeat, though, and possibly that dude up on the ridge.
Yeah, that is a bit of an ouchie for the squishier characters.
I didn't hear no bell.
Alright, is everybody taking the 4?
I'll take the 4.
I
Yeah.
think we're going to take the 4.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
like we're eating it.
It dive bombs in. It hits the ground with its wings with such a force that like it's trying to like knock you all to the ground and like break you. It did not know that you were baiting it. So like it expects you all to be flattened. What's it look like that's not that?
Grab its wings, Officer Royce. Get his ass.
That'd be interesting.
Are you telling Royce to get him in a full Nelson?
Yes.
Come here, bird brain.
Okay. Yeah, Royce has a griffin and a full Nelson. Tender side exposed to you all.
Get it. Beat the
Catori
shit out of him.
steps in, just like using her caber like a baseball bat, and just wails this thing right in the chest.
And it screeches and it like lashes out with its fucking claws that are just like sickles. And like you can see that like it has torn into that woman down there. It's like she's wounded.
Ouchie.
And like it does not, like, you know, it would suck to get clawed by this thing. It's like, I think
That's
Atlas
very
and Seven both just take their shots. Like they actually I think the both of them are trying to hold its fucking claws down, if that's cool with you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
That's-
Maybe Atlas like accidentally like, I don't know, can he rip one off?
Oh, for sure. Like one of the talons breaks on the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Talon Blade.
Hell yeah.
Then Patagon will take that same shot and just do a just penguin slap essentially on the belly right next to where it just got wailed on by the caber. So add insult to injury.
Right, it's like pink belly. But like it's actually really fucking strong. Cause like you guys don't fuck around. And Valentina, like you see that it's about to like screech, and you see bubbling up its gullet is just like a little flame ball.
Oh
Like
no!
nobody else recognized that this thing can breathe fire, and it's
I'm
about to
done.
just like throw it all like at Patagon and Catori.
How big is this thing's beak compared to my antibody?
Yes, it's about that big.
Okay. I'm gonna scurry up its feathery torso, up to its head, and just try to clamp down on the beak. I don't have the size to grapple this full bird, but hopefully I can just grapple this beak closed, like Crocodile Dundee style.
Absolutely. So yeah, you all feel the like boom of its like chest expand and its face expand, and then out of its nostrils are just like the lines of smoke as it collapses to the side. Valentina, this has a particular smell to it. And I think you all would recognize it after a minute, but Valentina would recognize it basically immediately. It smells like gunpowder.
Oh,
Like
what does that mean?
it smells like, you know, and because the three of you have been doing the shit that you've been doing with anomalies, you three will get an image, and Valentina gets an impression of this. Like, it's the concept of war. Like, the concept of militarized war is what was freed. And is what this god of war is becoming.
Sorry, guys.
But
Indeed.
Valentina, can you make me a roll?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe Patagon too. Yeah, Patagon, you're in this one too. All right, so we got a tough choice.
10.
Oof.
Bro.
Okay. All right. You know, I'm gonna use my thing to boost that one up to a success, Valentina.
Yippee!
I've decided. All right. So, Valentina, this is for all of you. You see, like, the concept of war. And Valentina, you realize that whatever connection you have to the queen in this world, you feel it. You feel parts of yourself, like you've always been a soldier ant, but you're becoming this world's version of a soldier ant. Like, your carapace is a little bit thicker lately. You're a little bit stronger. And, like, I don't know if anybody noticed it, but you're getting a little bit bigger. And I don't know if your particular race of ants has bigger mandibles or has like wings on their soldier ants, but like whatever that is, it's slowly happening to you.
Hey guys, I feel a little funny. Something smells wrong here.
And Patagon, you see on your scanners, because I'm going to take the higher one, I'm going to take the success for both of them. Whatever's happening to all of these like creatures around here, the same thing is happening to Catori and to Valentina.
So we're being affected by the like aura of the war god, essentially.
Right, and like the tear, like you can see the tear in their fabric right now. And you can point it out to them, and Catori could probably try to fix this right now, but you guys are in the middle of a fight.
Hey, Alan, quick question.
Absolutely.
Can the soldier antification just begin with Valentina's forearms getting these ripped muscles?
Oh, they sure can. They sure can. Like, bust right out of your jacket.
Yeah, Valentina's jacket sleeves flex off.
Yes!
It
Yes!
It looks like Royce's fit now.
I love it.
I feel invigorated. We've got a mission to accomplish.
And one of these kelpies comes like charging out of you from the water, just like full on like bucking bronco style, Valentina.
I have a counterattack in my toolkit.
Okay, so here it comes. Oof, it rolled a success.
Yeah, they succeeded.
Alright, so, but yeah, roll against me.
Roger that. Oh.
Oof. I think it takes a second to get used to this new, bigger body. Like, as it's expanding. Like, you take this fucking, like, hoof to the fucking chest, though. And, like, you just saw it break that stone. It does nothing to your thicker carapace.
I spit on the ground. That's all you got. Come on. Chest beating.
Absolutely. Roll me again. Attack it. Go for it.
I'll throw an AP overpower in there, I suppose. Oh.
No,
I won't.
Valentina.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
You guys, Valentina's losing it. Like, Valentina's going berserk, and we're all used to like
the queen. Me.
just going ham on this kelpie, and like, you're doing it though, Valentina. You defeat this thing, but like, you are losing touch. Like, you guys all basically hear the sound of fabric ripping as like Patagon's anomaly detector is going off the charts at what's happening to Valentina right now.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Yeah, so I'll take this opportunity to explain essentially what we were talking about earlier with the fact that like, we're being affected by the same things that, like the enemies we're fighting, but we're gonna have a fun time now.
Belle's just ripping and tearing as you're dropping your scientific explanation.
It's like, I think the same thing's happening. It's just like forearms are smashing the shit out of this horse.
Oh dear.
Fixing these tears is, I mean, you don't want it to get much worse, but I guess we can kind of use it as our advantage for the moment.
Can I German suplex this bird yet?
Yeah, for sure. Ruin that thing. Yeah, yep, that is a done bird. How arched is your back for that German suplex?
It's a perfect German suplex.
It's just like the woman out there, she's like, I knew I recognized you! You're the People's Dwarf!
The People's Dwarf!
It's like the griffin on the top, like, raises its eyebrow. So yeah, that bird's dead. That woman uses the fact that the People's Dwarf is here to fucking, like, she's gonna take the tough choice to, like, look like a fucking boss in front of the People's Dwarf. And she's gonna take a hit. It's gonna knock her unconscious, but she will finish this Kelpie down here.
Nice.
Her. Good for her.
Like, you just see her, like, charge in, and she's just fucking going, like, I think she fights with a claymore the same way that Catori fights with a caber. It's not about, like, cutting them. You just want to hit them with something heavy. And literally, it's like the flat of the blade cracks this thing in the side of the face, but it, like, rears up and knocks her out. So, like, the only thing left conscious is currently slightly berserk Valentina and suspicious Griffin.
My allies are still my allies in my eyes, yes?
Yeah, I don't think we would break that.
Okay, good.
But you are jacked.
Gone from 3 feet to 3.5.
It's fucking, that's a huge growth at that scale. So yeah, the Griffin that's up there has not seemed like it's coming down. It's just like it has weighed its options.
I'm coming up to it.
I look at the Griffin like, what? You scared? Scared to step into the ring?
A little bit. Just, it's like, wow. Check out that ant is insane. And, like, he looks over at Catori and he's just like, hello, Wind Speaker.
Hello. Do we know each other?
By reputation, I know most major families.
Well, how about giving me a little bit of information about you?
Patagon, can you roll me a 20-setter?
Oh, no.
I thought it was a 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gonna be a 2, wasn't it?
You can see that this guy has a very small tear, like very little influence of whatever's happening is affecting this guy. Like, whereas, like, Valentina has, like, a big tear, he has one similar to the size of, like, Catori's, so he's just a little bit temperamental about it because of it. So he comes down and, like, he, like, kicks one of, like, some of the hobs to the side. And he's
Okay,
just
so
like,
he's not coming down in a threatening way.
no, not in a threatening way. He's just like, not like kicks them like mean, but just like, get out of my way. And he's just like, you may aid them. I will not attack you with your backs. I would never. Like, motioning to the unconscious woman.
I will go over and give her a HP shot. Just one moment here.
Nice.
So Catori will approach him then, putting her caber away so as to be non-threatening of any sort.
He retracts all of his claws, and it makes a sound of like a bunch of swords like returning to their sheaths.
Oh, that's not terrifying or anything.
Oh my goodness.
Catori will say, so how may I address you? What is your name?
He's just like, he goes to like squawk his full name out, and he's just like, Cliff. Cliff is good. It's like, I am one of the many griffins that live in these canyons, and of course, you know of the she. We all know of the she, and like all of the hobs and the kelpie and he like sighs and goes, the nussy.
The nussy. We do all know, but what is it that you know?
A new one showed up, or an old one. I wasn't around when it was here before, but everybody says that it was here before, and it's got everyone riled up. It's saying that we deserve all of this, and more, and he's telling everyone about this city of glass that we could take for our own.
Well, that's interesting.
City of glass, you said?
Yeah, I've seen baubles of glass, of course. It's like many people wear them. I'm a well-traveled griffin, but a city made of it, that seems ridiculous. And what interests?
Impractical.
It's very fragile. This stuff, yes.
Typically.
Yeah, it can be.
Depends on how it's made.
I whispered to Royce, I have such an urge to break glass right now. I don't know why.
Valentina, you gotta take a couple deep breaths.
Where will we find this new old one?
He's taken over the lock, and he's pulling strange energies up. He has command of many of these, and something feels wrong. I feel irrationally angry. I didn't want to attack her, but I was compelled. Oh, don't you worry about that rip like Jesus, Valentina. We're not losing that. That's this whole game now.
Awesome.
Can I do something to help this griffin? Me?
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, for sure. What you got?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, so Patagon has pointed out that there are little tears, like, in the reality around them. Just tiny, like, tiny versions that appear to, like, lead to war. They can only think of war. And the wider the tear, the more they are influenced by it.
So it's like the tear like on him?
Yeah, like ethereally around their head, you know?
Okay. So I'll ask if you trust me, can you trust me and I can help you to dispel these terrible thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? You've done the work. He nods his head and like he bows his head to you.
All right, let's do this and hopefully not fuck it up? ?
So yeah, you see the tear and it's like jagged, and like it'll be a problem. I don't know anything about sewing. What kind of tears are hard to like fix but keep everything the same? Is there a situation where you would have to patch it over with something else so they could lose a bit of themselves?
Maybe if there's like if you're in the terms of sewing, like if you're working with a cloth that's ripped so that like a chunk came out of it and it's like a pattern, sometimes when you try to sew it back together, the pattern doesn't match back up again, so it looks all wonky.
then yes, that is exactly the problem with what you're doing right here. Like that is why it's a roll, because something could be lost.
Okay. All right. So am I rolling a d20, boss?
1d20, please.
Okay.
I have confidence.
Alright, so a tough choice.
Oh,
Unless
boy.
somebody wants to change it. Like, you guys are feel free to change things if you want to. I know that sometimes I pressure, but like, if you can think of a reason that your character does change it, or that something does change it, feel free. Or just pitch me why you should roll as well.
I mean, I feel like Patagon has the expertise, and if we're like elbow to elbow here working on the same thing, I feel like us together as a team could do this way better than me just flying solo over here, because I'm still just winging it too. I'm still just new to all this anomalies stuff.
Oh, yeah, Kole just made it weird.
Oh,
What's it?
cool.
Royce just made it weird for everybody. Through Catori, you succeeded. You patched it up just fine. Like, Patagon was able to show you exactly where you were going.
Guidance.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But at some point, you could swear that you were hearing bells chiming inside that tear.
I don't feel like there should be sound coming out of these things. I mean,
maybe it's not sound, but like, you know what it feels like to stand close to a bell that's one of those church bells ringing?
Yeah.
You're feeling that. You're all feeling it. Royce, every time that chime hits you, ghostly wisps come like floating out of your like your eyes. Like you get a green flame aura for a second, just like as every time that chimes. And Valentina, you are transported to, you know how we were explaining your side that's very World War One, like trenches,
The Ant Wars.
the Ant Wars, and like you and your whole platoon, and like you are bigger now than even Valentina in the real world. Like you're even bigger. You're full soldier in this world. You're basically the Rambo of this situation, like leading like a mighty platoon.
That's above.
And it's just like you go over this hill and like you see bullets flying everywhere. They're firing their stinger guns at you. Like all of those bees that you're just charging their tree. You're charging their home, like their hive, the massive city that the queen tells you they have such good things in there, and everyone's lives are going to be so much better as soon as you get through. She's been promised. And you see above an entire like wall of ants is firing these like basically like machine guns, not at a whole wall of ants that have basically crossbows. Like, let's face it, these people are like way behind technologically wise. They are not prepared for this war. But your queen has brought it to them.
I charge. In this dream.
Sweet. Like, roll me a 20-setter.
Alright.
I wish I had like made a background for this. I didn't know we were gonna see this today. Oh my god. Okay, so Val, this version of you, this one, the one that you're connecting to right now, charges, and she's like firing her two like assault rifles. You have 4 arms. You use them. And like the bees are just firing at you back, and like you take swaths out. But then in the distance, you see a large bee, and like if Jessica Rabbit was a bee, but also a cult leader and goddess of war.
So triple sexy.
So triple sexy. As like she looks at you and you explode.
Why does that shock me out of my dream?
All right. So yeah, you seal that up for this griffin, and like the relief, like literally everybody except for Valentina receives like the relieve ability, and like you can quickly, no, not quickly. It will take you time, but you can help all of the hobs and stuff in this area too. Like, you don't need to make more rolls. Like, you figured out how to do it. You can help them.
Okay. Should we just do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
I
just
think-
do it. Let's
Montage,
save the
little
world.
healing.
Right? Like, setting them up, like, giving them little, like, paper cups of water, wrapping them in a towel, or wrapping them, like, in a blanket.
Yes.
Cliff's definitely helping out. Like, Cliff's, like, got Valentina, like, sitting on, like, like, a stump.
Oh, feels so good.
There. Hot, like, cloth pressed to your head.
Is our new friend around and mobile and
Yeah, she, after, like, the shot, which she was just, like, does not know how to deal with that level of technology right now. And is just kind of getting over it. And she's, like, she is up and, like, helping you guys in whatever way that she can. We can talk to her if you want to.
we probably should.
Yes, get the lay of land, see if there's any other known, places where this is occurring.
Yeah.
Go ahead. She'll walk up and she'll be like, just like, that was amazing. The People's Dwarf is part of the Wander crew? How?
Just keep that between you and me.
How? And like she's looking at Catori, because to her she knows, she's always known Catori, and Catori grew up in her village, like, so she's looking at Catori like, you know the coolest people.
Yeah, I really do. Royce is pretty cool. Patagon and Valentina are pretty metal. Check them out. Make some friends.
I flex.
Yeah, that ant beat the shit out of that horse.
Mm-hmm. He's not fucking around.
Damn. So you guys are here to, like, you can fix this then.
We're gonna try to help. What's going on around here? Like, this seems pretty insane. Like, what's been happening?
There's this giant leviathan that's made his home in the lock, and every night you can see, like, him glowing in a green flame, just bathing himself. And every night we feel a little more and more driven to action, to war. And some of us have had to, like, restrain ourselves at night lest we find ourselves out here. And you see around her wrists, like, she clearly bound herself, but
man.
still woke up down here.
Holy shit. Yeah, we've got to do something to help with this.
So the lock's haunted.
I mean,
Lock's on it.
fucking fuck.
Well,
All right.
there's no way out but through, so.
I'm gonna say it right now. If I get eaten by a leviathan, I'm suing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But what is that? Some beeromancy?
No, there's a fish with the rest of the crew. She'll have to hear about this, and I will be very upset.
You guys have leviathans in your crew? Like,
Not really.
Maybe a leviathan.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just
Look, the airships
Just a
are
pale.
beautifully engineered. That's a Leviathan in my books.
And like she's like walking, like she's like, I think we're all just walking in the direction of the lock. And to be like, just so you know, the entire like the next room has like a ton of hobs, like, and you're gonna see them all as you're approaching. Like that is what is was supposed to be here. It's just an army of hobs lined up in a row. But I like the image of you all just like walking at them, talking about the the Wander crew, like as just kind of like cracking your necks, getting ready to deal with an army.
Is Cliff walking with us? Or...
Oh, Cliff is definitely with you. We have Cliff.
Hell yeah.
Her name is Claire. I know it's kind of boring, but I just like the name Claire for her.
Oh, it's sweet.
Let me get these all here. So Claire has a big-ass claymore over her shoulder. Atlas is just punching his fists. Cliff, like, puts his claws out. Seven does some weird, like, martial arts prayer for them.
Mm-hmm.
Valentina still has no sleeves. Royce never bothered putting them on in the first place.
I tried once. They just immediately shoot off.
I will stand next to Royce this time instead of cowering behind his legs.
Alright, you guys. Give me your rolls to attack an army. Like, think 10-1 situation right now. But with the knowledge that you guys are gonna...
Oh, goodness.
Kiera,
Are
how
you
could you?
fucking kidding me?
Kiera, how could you?
How could I do that?
Kiera, how could you?
Second one? What the...
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Kiera, how could you?
Oh my god!
no!
And then a 13? And then a 13?
Oh no!
You're gonna get...
And then a 13?
That's 3 ones.
It's my lucky number. I'm taking.
What has
No,
happened?
me and Nika have talked about this. If Sept rolls a 13, it counts as a 20.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
That's TikTok
Okay.
box.
Stay
Oh,
in
God.
our time
My
of need.
wounds.
I think
Okay.
Val's just being way too aggressive.
Val,
right
yeah.
now.
Your tough choice, Val, is like you can take out like 20 of these in a go, but you are going to be at 0 HP, but still swinging. Like there's only negative from here.
I'm not listening to the other options. Send me in there.
What kind of example have I been leading? No.
What the crap?
Oh god.
Mouth frothing into the fray.
Oh my god, it's like as like Valentina's in there swinging as you guys hear fucking bells ringing. Like every time, like you hear not bells, like you hear a tick and a tock, and that is just Val like smashing these hobs' heads. Like each one is just like you can hear it go. It sounds mechanical at some point.
Somewhere through that chaos, you hear Val laughing. Sickening laughter.
Valentina's tear is getting real big, guys. Catori, that tear, you see that tear come out of Valentina, like you are in there, like whirlwinding, swinging this caber. You're taking them out. You're doing just fine. And then you look over and you see it. You see a tear in reality that is starting at Valentina and arching in like paper thin lines, like the thinnest lines. Like and like it's leading to something terrible. Which is funny because I was just a rip pun. But you see hell in every way, shape, and form. Hell, like stacked on top of itself. Like you see that something is coming for the crew. Not yet, but soon. It's like,
I mean, that's bad.
like
Send me in, Captain.
it's hell's coming for all of you. And like that moment of like pain that causes you 4 AP worth of damage, but then you look down and you have one of the Hobbs swords like right through your abdomen. And you're taking 4 HP damage from it as well. Royce,
Oh.
you see that happen to Catori. Like, you're in there, you're feeling great, you are just smacking the shit out of all of these Hobbs, they're jumping at you, and like everywhere your fist is, that's where one of the Hobbs' face is. Like, it's amazing. You're handling business. You see a Hobb sneaking up on Catori. Like, and like, you know she's got it, no problem. So like, you're beating the shit out of the ones near you. You see that Hobb is a lot closer to Catori. It's way too close. And like, Catori goes to swing her caber, and then you see Catori look at Valentina and drop her caber for a moment. And then you see Catori get impaled. In that moment, you dropped your guard. You're in wraith form. Looking down, your body is impaled by a spear held by a Hobb. Your wraith form is ghostly green, and it is angry. And Patagon,
Yes.
you did fucking amazing. Chainsaw out, heavy metal music playing. How did you kill the rest? How did you stop? Well, it's not murder. How did you end the rest of this army?
So yeah, it's definitely be a
Well,
lot of
not the whole thing. A bunch of them, though.
yeah. So yeah, like you said, definitely channeling that doom hell energy and just just almost like seeing red, just swinging left, right. Just we're just gonna make a path and try to get these guys back and away from my friends and hope that we can get some space to figure out what else is going on. And
Yeah, so like you get to the center of your batch. Like your batch is taken care of. Like just handled and then some. Like you, Seven, and Atlas are kicking the hell out of things. Like you see Valentina doing great over there until she's not. And like you see Catori doing amazing until she's not. And then you see Royce fall to that spear as like the biggest of the Hobbs is standing behind him as like a ghostly like green like just flame of rage. Basically, I'm mad that it's green because I don't want it to be like the Hulk because we're doing a lot of Hulk stuff today, but that it's just like, what if Royce became the spirit of anger? Like what if Royce became the spirit of war in this moment?
Well, I'm pretty freaking angry.
You are pretty freaking angry. How do you show that to these Hobbs?
You said that everything here is basically quote unquote a spirit, yeah?
Yep.
And they're just like in these weird like physical bodies. It's kind of weird.
They can take physical form. They are basically made of the area around them. They are moss, they are stones, just like made to look like this.
I wanna grab their spirits out of the physical object.
Okay. I don't think we've ever ripped the soul out of something before. The spirit not Ghost. Royce right now is looking a lot really ghostly when he normally doesn't. But this is because of what happened to him in the Rock'em Sock'em game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's getting way more ghostly himself.
Sept, you're right. Your soul is mine, and just snatch, snatch, snatch.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider. The 12 is enough. So yeah, you remember how I said it's gonna be real hard to kill these things? Not if you eat it.
Oh,
Not if you become not if you mana battery these things.
Delicious.
And it's just like, yeah, Royce, you are so full of AP. Like, but like, it is terrifying. Like, everybody, like, Catori is, you're not unconscious, Catori. You're just really hurt.
am I unconscious at this point?
No, go ahead and roll your attack roll, Valentina. Let's see how you can fight through this.
Rah.
It's a 13.
Oh,
It's a
oh.
13. That's
This
313.
This game.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
my lord.
That's
What does it mean?
Valentina and Royce.
The bingo's for next month, isn't it? I can't use it.
Oh no, you can use the bingo already.
Ah, sweet.
Absolutely.
Everyone ready for it? Because we're gonna do it.
For sure.
Bing.
I thank you for the one in my pocket. I haven't needed it at all. You guys are doing great. We've got some good storytelling going on here. As Valentina, what's the next step in a soldier ant?
I think it's got to be wings.
It's gotta be wings. Valentina,
be
you take
wings.
to the sky and just like you see all these hobs and you can just reach down and pick them up by the head and just throw them at each other situation.
I'm picking them up and tossing them.
Amazing. It doesn't sound like a helicopter. I feel like it sounds like a little helicopter. Like the intro to MASH is happening.
Aggressive
Yeah.
buzzing. Yeah.
It's just like, so who wants the reap and sow? Who wants to take the next action? Catori, you're not unconscious. Royce just pulled the soul out of a bunch of things.
Neat.
But the
I
next,
had a quick
go ahead.
question.
Yeah, go for it.
Did we have 3 ones?
We did have 3 ones. Yes.
Can I use the card?
Oh, that bingo? Yeah. Oh, I think somebody already played that bingo though already. So
Oh.
like,
Oh, God. I have
Yes.
so much
Yeah,
AP.
okay.
you guys are good
Um,
now. In this
excuse-
moment, Catori, if you want to take this moment to tell me how you rally everybody.
I just like we've been through worse, guys. Let's go. Can't let this bring us down. Let's fuck it up. Let's fuck it up.
The fucking
Yeah.
sword goes flying out of Catori that was fucking stuck in her abdomen. She flexes so hard.
Yeah, she's like pop it out. Ah. Or it's so tiny, maybe it just kind of like, I don't know. So light, it just flies out.
Catori, fuck it, weeball!
Fuck you, Weeble!
Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, Weeble.
It's just nobody gets that except for us. It's such an in joke. So the 20 is you all level these guys. Like You guys refill your health because of the bingo. You all you murder, like, you take out all of the ones that have not been consumed by Royce. And it's like, you do it with style. Like, you do it like in such a way that both Cliff and like the fact, like, everybody here is just like, God damn, like, taking notes.
Can Catori end in like a Sailor Moon sort of stance with like one leg up?
I would be
Peace
offended if
sign,
you. I would be offended if you didn't. What's
Hell yeah.
everybody's sailor pose?
Yes.
I always stick to the Sailor Venus, like her belt whip, and like yeah. Yep.
I'm partial to Mars myself.
Oh yeah.
Valentina misses the memo, shows up as the Ginyu Force.
Okay, well, I didn't
You
see
know, that's
Sailor
so fun.
Moon, so it's for free.
It's still
Mhm.
fine. It's still fine.
Just like everybody's just. I think Claire's just like, I don't know if you guys are really cool or just deranged.
Are they mutually exclusive? Like what?
The Venn diagram is pretty much a
Why is it an if or an or? Can't it be both? Oh, let's just continue. No biggies.
It's like, and she just goes back to like, I definitely have heard like a lot of stories. I'm like, no, there's no way they did that. And now, I think a lot of people are underestimating the crew, the Wander crew. I believe. It's just like, do you guys have like a card I could like maybe sign up at some point? Are you guys accepting new members?
I bet.
You
Yes.
can definitely
Yeah, I mean-
join us.
Catori gives her a card of some sort. I don't know. Do we have a card? Like, real talk. Do we have business
Academy
cards?
card or something?
Oh, there's a card
I know.
called Enlist. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, for sure. Like,
well,
you know, like
yeah.
this is gonna count the same way. Like, you are technically enlisting this woman
All right.
named Claire with a giant claymore.
If this battle is over, Val fully collapses on the ground.
No.
Oh yeah, you're at 0
I
HP.
knocked down to 0.
No. Wait, I thought you said that we recovered. We recovered.
Absolutely. So role play to me how you heal Val right here. What do you guys do that gets Val 5 HP?
With a,
Is swaddling a good option? I don't know.
Huh?
Like,
I don't.
what do the injuries look like on Val? Like, I think a lot of them, like a lot of stab wounds and like this thick carapace.
I feel like they're covered in a lot of blood, but not all of it's theirs. Like, a lot of it's like the enemies because they kicked so much ass. So,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
wiping-
Oh, so that's why he's
wiping
healed. Like, that's
down-
why she's healed, because she didn't actually take that much damage.
yes, clearly, yes. That's what you just said. Sounds right. Yep.
That's hilarious. All you needed was a bath.
Hey guys, I'm good. I'm just really tired. That's
That's fair. I mean, do we still swaddle? I don't know what's appropriate here. Like, here, do you need a leg up?
Towel off.
Yeah.
Can't careful. Everything's all tingly. Oh my.
She's like, is this like molting? Is that what's going on? I don't know if ants molt. I don't know enough about bugs.
I
gotta
don't know
do my
anything about ants.
research.
Oh god. Googling now.
The question is more, does the ant that Val is molt?
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean,
This ant's basically a ship of Theseus.
I don't think ants molt when they're in like normal ant form.
Oh, well.
I'm saying they molt once from egg. Ant fact
Yeah.
of the day.
Ant fact of the day.
I'm gonna
Brought
expect
to you
this.
by Gamer Fuel.
Like they do
Every
a bit of
time.
molting and then they pick a class.
Yes.
It's
Sorry, what'd you say, Cole?
I expect Valentina to have an ant fact of the day every time they play.
I demand it.
yeah. I'll keep my researching behind the scenes too.
I will
Alright.
subscribe to these.
Hey, you guys want to see your one?
Woo!
Oh,
Oh
God.
shit! Right, the Leviathan.
Uh,
Hell yeah, I'm still
Lord.
Wraith.
let's do it.
In the lock, and like it goes through it and down it, and you can see it like coiling all throughout the water, like, and parts of it just keep flaring off a dark green, significantly darker than Royce's ghost color right now, but you can feel same flavor. Like the fire salesman would put them on the same shelf.
Hmm.
All right.
It'd be like mild, extra spicy. This thing is staring down at you. It is the thing that was freed from Hymnal, but you can see it, and we didn't get back to your town today. So, but like in the culture, you guys hang a lot of cloth all over the place because I really like the idea of windy places with cloth draped everywhere. Like that is
Like clotheslines and maybe like garland sort of cloths that are
Yes.
colored from building to building. Yes, yeah. Yeah, and like everyone dries their clothes out on the line, and everybody has a flag of some sort, probably with their family crest on it.
exactly that. And
Yes.
like you carve your stories into like the cabers, but those are your stories through time. That's your family story. But like you basically can tell your neighbors how you feel, or if you want visitors and stuff, by like the flag that you fly on your window. Like, I'm busy working is a flag. Don't bother me unless it's important is a color.
So like if there's a tie on the doorknob.
It's exactly that. Just,
All right.
if this house is a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
100%.
Noted.
But like, so that like, look, so all of this like these tangles around this thing's heads are incredibly reminiscent of that. Like they are moving like they are cloth. It is telling a story. It is telling a mood. Each one of them are like tentacles that are moving like cloth, but they have runes carved into them that are telling its story. And each one of those is a different battle. Each one of those is a different war. And like the way that it's moving, the way that it undulates is telling you, go to war and fight.
Yeah, Catori wants to fuck this thing up. Super bad.
And Patagon, and without a doubt, you see it. There's a tear above this thing, and it is jagged and fractured. It's like way more complex than the last one, but it is making this thing significantly more aggressive than it naturally is. Like what you are seeing right now is not its normal state.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'll turn to the crew and be like, so this is probably the largest tear we've seen, today, but it is definitely affecting the behavior. So do we plan to try to, take out this tear and, maybe we can reason with it afterwards, or do we just have to, do the deed and save everyone else?
Well, we can start by trying to reason with it, I suppose, but if that doesn't work, we're going to be rewriting what's printed on his face.
Alan, how much AP would you say I have been supercharged with?
Oh, so fucking much. Like, yeah, and with the +5, I would say you at least have 20, 25 AP.
Okay. I'll let you guys attempt to reason with it. but I'm getting old tingly here.
Me too.
Patagon should probably try to talk with it because Katori's knee is a bouncing. She's tapping on her caber. She's ready to fuck it up.
Yeah. I look over at Patagon with like a spikier soldier ant face. Would you like some help with diplomacy?
I'll always take any help I can get. So I'm going to use the radiant brush to improve the diplomatic skills here that costs 1 AP, and we're going to see. Basically, it looks like I get a bonus 1d20 to hopefully be able to convince them to allow them to stitch up the rift and hopefully make you feel better.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me 2d20. All right, so we got a 3 and a 14. So like, yeah, you see it, laid out, as like communications officer, and like, I'm not saying this isn't the same as bureaumancy. Is it called semaphores? Is that the flag? Is that what it's called?
Believe so. You know about like the different flags with like, the tapes on them and everything.
Yeah, like, and like tells people like, you go this way, you shoot this way, kind of thing, like naval, like flags. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But
yeah.
So
Semaphore,
yeah, with the different triangles, and then you use your arms and everything. I think we're on the same page here.
yeah, it turns to you and roars, but like there's no sound. It's just a feeling that pushes everyone back, and you see it like moving in its tentacles. You, through working in communications, like you make it makes sense to you. It's just like, if you want it, come and take it. You have to prove yourself to it. Like, you don't have to kill it, but you must go to war.
Okay. All right. So
it's almost a respectful nod of like general to general, I think, is the feel.
All right. It wants us to best it in gentleman's combat, essentially. So we're gonna put up our best fight and hope we can prove ourselves worthy of the god of war.
I fist bump Royce real quick.
Oh, you fucking got it.
Katori just smiles real wide.
Somewhere out there, Pollux, Castor, and E7 are having like a nice night in, like just eating dinner, and like his nose just starts to bleed. And then we just cut back to this. That's just for me. E7's the most violent NPC we've ever seen.
Ooh.
Anywho, I would like to rush it.
It would love you to rush it.
Did I give Royce a leg up?
I'm gonna rush it.
Do the thing.
He's getting in there.
Oh, we're gonna as a ghostly fireball. I got you. Okay.
Okay, that's way cooler.
I'm juiced
Whoa.
up, brother.
Oh my.
Production value.
Yeah, I love the production value joke so
Holy.
fucking much every time. Like Leo did it in the chat the other day, and it fucking killed me. So yeah, is that you exploding?
I am like flaring up super bright and just like propelling myself into this thing.
Holy Super Saiyan Royce.
Just fucking flame on. And yeah, roll me a 20 Like, you're gonna do damage. I just want to see like cause like it's a card that does X damage. So yes, it was a success. Like, you tear through a lot of those tentacles, and they burn. They burn a lot more, like, easily than you would expect them to. Like, he is not, like, the same level of flesh as, like, a squid or something. He's almost papery in a concept, like cloth-like.
Okay. Now, new question for you, Ellen.
Yeah.
This is the first time since I've ever became a Wraith I've had no AP.
You just asking all the right questions right there. Katori, can you roll me a 20-sider?
Why am I involved? No. Roll one. I am so
Power
sorry.
of
This is
friendship.
gonna be. No. No.
Did you want to change it?
I would love to.
Sure.
I don't
The
know.
smile.
What is what?
Would you
What
like
is
a
it?
13? I can give you a 13.
Would you like a 13?
Give me a
Yes,
flippin'
please.
13. Just
Yes.
So
Yes.
thematic.
I want this to be awesome. So like, yes.
Income.
I see the 20. We're gonna refund that 20 for you, Cowboy, because like letting that happen is very funny. But thank you very much,
I
Cowboy.
appreciate you though. Thank you so much. We're
Like,
gonna
we just landed on this, but I would have been happy with the 22. But like the 13's real funny. Hey, Katori's other eye is green now. And it's really full in your head right now, Katori.
Oh,
So my blue eye is now green. Or my brown eye is green.
your blue eye is now Royce.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. All right.
I mean, I've heard an apple of your eye, but you know.
Hey boo, what up?
If Katori hits 0 HP or 0 AP, we're gonna have to have conversations.
oh,
Sweet.
nice.
All right. Well, Valentina, how about you you go next.
Beat his ass.
Do the thing.
Is the gentleman cart from that game a long time ago with Cassidus still available?
Absolutely. You've had that wagon with you the whole time. How you guys think you've been getting around?
In my larger soldier ant form, I will pull out the comically sized revolver that fires artillery shells and take to the skies.
That's wild. There's 4 of those comically sized revolvers, for the record.
I think it just goes 6.
I think it's got like like the mask when he pulls out the Tommy gun by a balloon. Similar idea.
Patagon. It's the diplomacy time, bitch. And fly to the skies, blasting away.
Giving them Whopper Juniors. Roll me a 20-sider.
Blast him.
Oh,
tough
dear.
choice.
Oh.
Make that one 13 too.
You thought airborne artillery was a good idea. Oh.
I do have another 13.
Are we making that one a 13 as well? Is it just all 13s forever?
I mean, I can. It's up
I
to
will
you.
take it.
Okay.
Because it really is just another tough choice. Valentina.
What's up?
Okay.
Hit me with it. I'm ready.
How baller do you get? Like, what is... You have an ability now. It's like, but this is a problem. I need you to know that this tear is dangerous and could get really bad to the point where you could lose all control.
Oh,
of this. Like down the line, that is a possibility if we follow this path. Now, no, we will be able to stop this. Catori could sew this back up as long as we don't push it any further. If we push it further, then it's going to be like very dangerous for Catori to sew it up. You know what I mean?
yep.
But you're just gonna keep getting stronger. Like you're gonna get an ability that people are gonna like follow you like an ant leader. Like minions, like you could command minions and commoners. Like you're just like you're going basically up to like ant commander.
Commander Valentina. I like the sound of that.
What's the alternative here?
The alternative is okay. Oh no, that's what the 13 does. And you fucking murder this thing.
Anyways, I started blasting.
Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, well, it's the fucking anime scene again where something just has huge holes in it all of a sudden as like the Whopper Juniors just like starts blasting through this, and these are null metal bullets that you're firing into this creature.
Yeah, I don't think this is the right party to discourage violence. Valentina's going part. He's going in.
So can like simultaneously while Valentina's like pew pew pewing, Catori can do the thing?
Absolutely, yeah. Like it is going to be very distracted. It's also going to look really cool, like Goku running down Snake Road situation, like running up, like its back and through its tentacles, like jumping and sewing.
Yeah.
So too, like I was working out in my brain how I can make this work.
Oh yeah,
like because Catori uses her caber to sort of like print stories, right? She's got ink on her, like probably in her monster bag, right?
Oh my god, Catori, thank you so much. Me and Nika are both like, you have no idea. Me and Nika right now, we're like, Kiera gets it. Yeah, you have dyes and inks.
I have dyes and inks. So like on her feet, and on her hands, anywhere she could, while everybody else was like pew pewing, punching, doing their thing, like she is writing peace in her people's language and the runes, all pretty much like all over her body. And her plan is, while this thing is distracted, to climb up this thing. And it's on her feet, it's on her legs, it's on her arms and hands. So as she's climbing up this thing, she is printing peace on every bit that she touches to rewrite the story of this monster.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Awesome.
Can every one of you roll me a d20? It's
Team attacked. Well, if it ain't the consequences of my actions.
Oh my god, so the rest of you, this goes amazing. Catori, you feel it, like as you're like running down it, like painting peace over all of the war, and just like you feel like you are bursting out in in like green flames on contact sometimes, and like you feel it like stomping out like angry, not spirit. You know what? Angry spirits, it does make sense, like based on the water. So like you were literally calming it down. You're calming down the influence as well. Like you were rewriting this creature. So,
I'm trying to climb my way up to that to sew it up while he's like, psh, 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 psh. Everybody else is, psh, 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 and he's like, psh, psh, or they, psh, 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 and I'm climbing.
Absolutely.
to get to that anomaly, that tear.
I think as like you're painting it, like the tear starts to change shape. It like you see how you can seal it for this to be a creature of peace. You see exactly how to do that. Like, you know, I told Patagon it was like jagged and really like all over the place. It's just straight based on like how well you all do. Like, Patagon, how do you communicate to her that what she's doing is making it her next part of this easier?
So yes, I will use essentially my call it whisper to telepathically send a message to essentially say that, like, you know, we're aligning the tear and it's looking, you know, really good, and it's we're almost ready to be able to attempt a repair then.
Yeah, absolutely. So like Catori, like as he's telling you how it's how it is like looking, it's kind of like one of those things. You know how it's only one way when the wavelength is set once we measure it style? That's what we're doing.
Oh. Okay.
It's like we are setting that. And Valentina, like you are just in the air, and as this thing is like railing against the concept of peace, like it's trying to fight against it. It doesn't want it. Like it doesn't want to play nice. Because of the tear, it's swinging its head back and forth, and for a second, that other reality is real. For Valentina. Valentina falls into that rift, or into that hole. Like you are there. You are on that battlefield again. You are a wounded soldier. Like you're crawling away, and up ahead you see a platoon of those bees. Like they've been here all day. Like fine. Like but you've been here all day, and they ambushed you. You're the last in your squad. Like, it looks like they're gonna pass you by. You can play dead. But you feel at your waist. Your explosive ordnance. And you know you can make it count if you want it.
Death or glory. Damned bees.
And yeah, fucking snap back, and it's just like you all hear that explosion. You all hear it. You all feel that explosion, that one. As you see Valentina like on the ground, scorched all over, but wearing their uniform has changed, and their weapons are like you drop. Don't worry about the whoppers. They're good. The whoppers are fine. But you do have 2 assault rifles and like a waist full of grenades.
Am I out of the fight? I feel like
I think you're out of this fight though.
So, like super badass.
Yep. Val does
Oh my god.
It looks like those helicopters spin spirals to the ground as one wing is like smoking.
Meow. Oh, that was Atlas. Smoke.
Valley.
Some of these are just not good. There's a custom option. I don't know what that means. Sorry, anyway. So yeah, Valentina, you are out of it. But yeah, Catori, you do manage to sew this thing up. And the reality that you have set this is a creature of peace. Like you see the waters, like like they die down. Like if they stop churning the green flame, like Valentina, you don't feel the peace that everybody else is feeling right now. Like in your head,
Jeez.
like is just war. Just war. And like the thing is, you're really good at it, Valentina. Like you can look at any situation and be like, this is how we would win this battle. It's just like for the future, until we sew this up, if we ever sew this up, Valentina, you if you give somebody a command, like as long as it's combat focused, as long as at the end of it they make an attack, if you give them a command to make an attack, they roll twice.
And with whatever little breath they have, they're chuckling. But then there's just one ant tear that rolls off their face, but the chuckling continues.
Oh no.
I vow. We will avenge you. We'll make you better.
Badass, but oh no.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about this fucking this giant peaceful sea serpent now that's just like looking around like, my bad.
Is Catori like sitting on its head?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we can never ending story this.
Yeah. So she kind of just looks into their one eye, because apparently, like, I don't know, tiny person on this big monster. Like, hiya, what's your name?
I don't know. What is its name? You wrote this thing into reality.
Can we put a pin in that?
Yeah,
just
we can put a pin in it
right now.
for sure.
I just named my home. I'm still trying to figure out what the lock is named. I'm out of names. I gave me a really weak one. It's all right. Okay.
I think this creature, spirit of peace, is the version of peace that is by any means necessary. By the way, it's like
there will be peace in our time.
Exactly, and like, like you can't just turn a god of war into the god of peace, 1-to-1.
Well, will you at least be my friend?
Absolutely. Will you help me keep the peace?
I mean, of course, I'm gonna try my best.
He looks in your eye.
Oh.
And he's just like, do you need help with that one?
Oh, yeah, he probably should be his own person again. That would be great.
I imagine my body's just on the shore.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah, if you could help Royce out, that would be fantastic, new friend.
he looks at it, he's like, no, but I believe I could show you how to. And he takes your dies and like begins like laying them out, and then like kind of like pushes in a feeling through you, like kind of like pushes you towards something you already know how to do. You're just like remembering it, and you can paint onto Royce's body a trap, or not a trap, but like something to pull his spirit from your body to his. This is another
runes or something.
Runes, like, if runes are your jam, or like patterns, or like tartans, or like anything, like it's about the dying more than it is about like magical.
Be gentle with me, Catori.
So it's like me putting the thought and the effort and the feeling into what I'm doing.
Exactly. You are coloring Royce with Royce.
All right. So I am going to assume that my dear friend is going to set me back down gently because we're homies.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. And then
he is watching Valentina, even unconscious Valentina. He's watching Valentina. He fucking is like,
I mean, Valentina's pretty badass anyway. You should be watching them. So anyway, Catori goes over to Royce's body and she draws a giant, like with her inks and this paintbrush that she knows how to use now, draws a giant heart on his chest.
Yeah, right in the middle of that heart, the spear hole.
Oh yeah, that is where it is.
Yeah, okay. That works. And then just sort of like paints it in with squiggly lines to like paint all of Royce back into Royce. Just paint.
Absolutely. And like, yeah, Royce, you feel okay. Let me give you this option. We can have Catori having done this, filter out the bad part that happened in the Rock'em Sock'em game. Like you just go straight back to the silver way that you are, and we learn that Catori can cure fucking ghost problems. Or do you want to keep going down the weird like spirit of anger path? Both are perfectly good with me. I just want to make sure you know.
Huh.
Does he know that Catori can do the ghost business either way he goes, or is just only this one path?
Join
I think
Corruption Club. It's fun. That's the player speaking. Valentina is still unconscious.
You'll get it either way. You'll get the this is more like the Stitchcrafter line that we had in mind. One of the Stitchcraft lines that we had in mind before. So like, you, Adley, and Vatna, and specific those three are getting these neat new powers, and we're trying to like figure out how to like canonically make it work. And you just did the work for us right there, so we're very happy.
You're welcome. I'm here to make your job easier every day. You're welcome.
That's exactly it.
Nice.
So yeah, Royce, are you interested in just Rage Spirit, or do you want to go back to your Wraith isn't being a volatile weapon?
I mean, isn't it a volatile weapon anyway? like.
I mean, fair, but like, rolling low in Wraith is very dangerous for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm around, he'll just always end up in my eye? Question mark?
That is fair. I guess you can turn Catori into a phylactery.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say anything. Well, okay.
I think that might have been like in there somewhere is a Lich pickup line for sure, right? Can we get there? Do we think we can get there, everyone?
I agree with Nikki.
Right? Like, I mean, consent, okay. Sign here in Catori, not a problem. Like, yeah, let's do it. No, that's good.
How do we phrase it in such a way that we can make a TikTok out of this?
Phrasing. We'll work on that.
I like Rage Ghost.
All right, we'll go like Rage Ghost for sure. So Catori,
Yes.
you get back in, and you put him back in it, 1-to-1. Like you did not filter it out, but your inks and dyes are more powerful than even you thought that they were. Like there's significantly more to that. There is more to your wizard powers, like the history telling, because the history is different. It's not the same embroidered. Your powers are changing with you. So like the ink can move, like it. You feel like if you were to dye like a cloak or something to like relieve somebody of stress, it would basically look like it was massaging their back.
Oh.
That kind of thing.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Just like out of character, but maybe in character. Maybe this is a new profession for Catori. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
You know how you go to like mud bath places and they paint you in like different pastes to like clear up your skin or take care of your acne or like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What
Are you trying to ask me if Catori can set up like a salon situation?
like a spa.
Like a
Yeah,
spa?
and
Oh my
if-
god, let me tell you about Tefrades. That's just wait till we get to see Tefrades. You're gonna lose your goddamn mind. It's just
I'm
like,
here for it.
no, they planned that this far out? Not really. Everything just kind of works out.
Sign me up. I'm going. And I just feel like, you know, the captain could come to Catori and be like, I'm really stressed out. And she'd take her paints and draw something on the captain's arms. And then the captain leaves. And I'm like, man.
You guys are consummate professionals. I literally just read the chat. How are you not fucking dying? Go
am
to
screaming.
hell, Pumpin. What the fuck?
Damn.
Just like if
Just-
you roll slow.
I'm restraining myself.
I am fucking impressed. Let me tell you.
I'm losing it over here. It's so good. I
That's
laugh
pretty
it so
slick.
hard.
Hey, baby, you a phylactery? Because you're holding my soul captive.
No. Alright, we got there. We got
Catori
there.
just blushes like, all right. You got me. You got me. Oh my god, you guys, you're too much. And I love every single one of you. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's just the end of the episode.
Okay. So come to Catori's spa. She will help you out.
Oh, we will get that set up.
Yeah.
Could use
I
spa
mean-
day, I think. That's a lot.
I need the hospital.
Yeah, after we take Royce and probably Valentina as
I have
well.
a hole in my
Oh.
chest.
Don't worry, I've got people here. This is all of them that I made that we just didn't see, but don't worry about it.
Oh,
They're so awesome.
Now that I have them, I'm good.
oh, look at them. And there's Claire.
There's Claire, yes.
Your
They're so
people.
beautiful. Claire's coming with us though, right?
Claire, yeah, you have in fact recruited Claire.
Claire's my homegirl. We're gonna be hanging out, sharing stories, eating snacks. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. She'll probably help Catori through her rough patch right now because she's still struggling with the whole not a fawn anymore. So
I need to. There was a nothing breaks bounty, but they very specifically broke that griffin's claw.
Fair enough.
Whoops.
oh balls, I did
You guys
that. I'm
have that.
sorry,
You
guys.
have it. It's you.
That's my fault.
You like. Let me just tell you guys right now. With that claw, you guys will be able to make things equally as good as I would have given you for the nothing breaks bounty. How about that? Because-
Oh.
But it's gonna be Griffin Claw themed.
Blacksmith
mean,
Royce. Put the
That's
work.
my house. So
We recently met a guy who makes things out of bodies or body parts, very
Wait.
Monster Hunter style.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
insane.
don't worry, he's a big blue and white Oni dude. He's a pretty chill guy. I forgot what I named him. But that guy's a pretty cool guy. And like, yeah, he will make things out of like, you know, if you guys ever find yourselves with like a dragon claw or a griffin claw, like if you had a griffin beak, he could do something with it, you know?
Team
a lippy
Slaughterhouse
shell.
lives again.
So-
Fuck yeah, we named this team Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Nice.
So if I mean I imagined that Catori would probably mount this because like our the dwelling I guess that I have, we have all like I imagined Catori mounted that horn that she got. So like are my walls just painted with shit that has other stuff it can do? out
It
of
is Galder Bones Cleaver. Thank you, Corey. Cousin of Laura's Bone Cleaver, who runs the HR department of Dunco. Just in case you guys.
Oh my God.
It's all coming together, guys. It's taken me a couple years, but I'm fine with. And it's all coming around. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. So your walls are like covered in. Do you paint them?
Nah. I mean, wait, my walls, yes, but probably not the
obviously.
art. the things I chomped off of people, like the horn that I got at in our last heist game. No, I just mounted it on something. I imagine she did. For a rainy day, doing stuff with somebody else's horn. No big deal.
Just dusting off your shelves and stuff, and then like there's that teal fertility statue that just keeps looking at you. It's just a solid
look
piece
somewhere
of
else.
teal rock, and it's just like, hey, you should take me out. We should go out. We could have such an amazing night.
Yeah, she'll just point at that one and be like, "Get fucked," and walk away.
It's like, you'll change your mind. They always change their mind. Yeah, Valentina and Royce, you are definitely in the hospital.
Is looking over at Royce from my hospital bed. That was fun.
I got a hole in my chest. My eyes are full of blood.
My
I feel like crap.
insides feel swollen in my exoskeleton.
I reach out to fist bump Valentina.
I shakily fist bump Royce.
Yeah.
This episode was so good. You guys are so good. I don't know how to make it better. Now, Patagon, what did Seven and Alpha? Is that what you named? No, it wasn't Alpha, was it? Catori, what's your guys called?
Atlas.
Atlas.
Oh, Atlas. Yeah.
Atlas and Seven both learned something from this. What did they learn, Patagon?
All right. I've been thinking. I think it's rune based, especially because we did a lot of the inks and making, patterns and everything. So I say be maybe a way that it could do like a portal, like kind of like a small teleport in between them whenever they're in battle together.
Okay, yeah,
teleport
all right.
to each other kind of situation.
That's really cool.
It's really wild, Patagon, because like it looks a little bit like. Are they learning Stitchcraft?
Oh, cool.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, could be.
It's a little bit that.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was an awesome game. You guys are absolutely incredible.
GG's.
You're all-
Always a blast.
Exactly as good as I expect you to be together, and it's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a recap for this ridiculous game. So we went back to Catori's home, which will be named shortly, because there was like a massive amount of anomalies, like little tears in reality. And these, like, just to be clear, somebody is doing this. Like, somebody seems to be like they have a target. Making gods angry. Like we saw it with Sal, and now we saw it with a yet to be named piece, Leviathan. I was just calling it Leviathan for a while. So we went to Catori's home. They went the most dangerous path they could and just like ran into a giant fight.
Oops.
The fight got worse, and like throughout the fight, these tears in reality, these anomalies were causing Valentina to become more and more warlike, more soldier-like, and she got super jacked by the end of it. And like, and until Valentina wants that gone, it's gonna be there, but it is gonna make ones in 13s more flavorful for me. So, and they kept seeing like a war between bees and ants, and like on like a grand scale. and also very like World War One. And then we saved Claire, who was being attacked by a griffin that was also going mad because of this situation. Royce German suplexed that after Patagon, like fucking like wrestling, chopped it across the chest, just like smack. And Catori baseball batted it. And then they all got like super full of themselves and walked like slow motion forward after meeting a griffin named Cliff and deciding that and figuring out that Catori could fix people. And then they all like walked into this army where they were all like outnumbered 10-1, and it was this badass anime scene where they all got their asses kicked except for Patagon. And then Valentina snapped again and got even bigger and just started walloping fucking hobgoblins and like now has wings, everybody.
Yippee!
So yeah, and just like we all know the rules where you can't just go flying everywhere, but for like little scenes like double jumps and stuff, absolutely with your wings.
Awesome.
And then Royce went Super Saiyan Ghost mode by going into Wraith on purpose, and then expending all of his AP in Wraith form to turn into a fireball of epic size and ghostly flame. Turned Catori into a phylactery. Catori learned how to paint with her hands and her feet these symbols for peace, and then Patagon helped her write that into reality. Like, you guys not just set a reality, you guys chose one this time. Not just like one or the other. Like, I never thought we were going to turn that guy into a peace creature. Like, that's the anomaly shit I want to be doing. Yeah, and now everybody's in the hospital. And we recruited Claire. And anything else? Did I miss anything? Oh, E7 and lost his name again. Atlas? Yeah, E7 and Atlas have begun to learn Stitchcraft a little bit themselves. Yeah, you guys 10 out of 10. No notes. Perfect game.
Absolutely
Yippee.
nailed it. Incredible.
That was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah.
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 Go Team Slaughterhouse.
Slaughter.
Just like
We're gonna get t-shirts, guys.
I was
jerseys.
not. Yeah, fucking. We got Tomb Squad and Slaughterhouse out here.
So when we all getting together?
When we get in the fucking like 8-man Tomb Squad hangs out with Slaughterhouse.
Crossover event? Nice.
Oh my god, it's the crossover event. It's just, you know, that like all of those scenes in like X-Men versus Street Fighter where they're just shaking their hands, like there's like a row of them, and like Ryu and Cyclops are shaking hands.
I really wish for this. So
Yeah, okay. Right. The second I figure out how to do an 8-man like version of the kind of games that we just played and that Tomb Squad plays, that's gonna be fucking Looney Tunes, just so you guys know.
I'm
Like,
into it.
I'll play it, but we are going full on cartoon physics for it.
Yippee!
It's funny because I thought there was like overlap between these two groups, but there's not. I figured Tarkus had to be in both of them because that's just who he is. Nope. All right. So yeah, look forward to that game. However that game's gonna work. And yeah, so we play tomorrow. Tomorrow we figure out what Rennick did to switch Obsession's relationship with Belltown's relationship. That somehow, we are still on the good side of Belltown after Tarkus steals what he steals.
Jeez.
It's like, so something goes wild tomorrow. It's
I'm
just
really looking
written
forward to
into the
it.
script.
So tomorrow's game is episode 10 and has Rennick, Akana, Kay, and Osiria in it, which I'm looking forward to that team up. So we're gonna heck off and see y'all tomorrow.
See
Thank
y'all
you everyone
tomorrow.
for being amazing and
GG.
having a great time and being comedy gold and saying things that you haven't said, but I'm glad you said.
I loved it all. For the record, I was laughing hysterically. So, thank you guys for being amazing.
Just
Phenomenal.
so
work,
good.
guys.
So good.
Good night,
Thanks,
everyone.
Alan.
Bye forever.
Bye.